to go along with Phillip Watson. Are we doing Phillip now? Or the host? Okay, all right, great. I'm getting mixed directions out here, so that's okay. Phillip Watson is bringing us his three-piece Lily of the Valley live plant set. Now, believe it or not, these are almost sold out, and we haven't even done a presentation of them yet this year. You get 3 payments of $864 for these and no reorder. So these are very, very fragrant. They are great for landscaping, but you can cut them and put them in vases. In fact, a lot of florists will use these as an accent plant as well. And butterflies and hummingbirds absolutely love them, but guess who doesn't? Deer and rabbits. So those critters are going to leave these alone. Phillip, come on in, honey. I love these. They just remind me of my quintessential English garden look, and my grandmother had these. I just think they're really, really beautiful.
And they naturalize so well, and that's why your grandmother had them. As you can see, this is how they grow. They've got the beautiful foliage. And did you know it's mentioned 15 times in the Bible?
Wow.
The lily of the valley is?
Wow.
Anyway,
I didn't.
It's really cool because they spread by rhizomes, and so they're great between the roots of trees. This is great for a northern exposure of your house or beneath the trees, full shade to half shade, and they naturalize nicely. But what I'm shipping out to you are plants. This is what's coming to you.
Yeah.
This is the way they come. Now, typically when you buy Lily of the Valley, it's bare root.
Yeah.
I can't find it anywhere where it's not bare root.
Mm-hmm.
But what we'll get, I'm gonna come around a little closer so you can see. But look how big the plants are that are shipping. This is typically what is shipped out. So I just love it. And they're fragrant, as you had mentioned, but the foliage is so nice. The blooms are so nice. In April and May is when they bloom, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. They just multiply like crazy.
So, first of all, Phillip, you look really great. Wow, I haven't seen you in a little while, except on TV.
Thank you.
You look really good, honey. Well, I know you have. Sorry, sidebar. I know you've had some health issues, and you look amazing. So
Thank you.
So glad.
You do too. We've got to get together for lunch, and we can sit out in the garden.
Well, sorry, but I just had to give you that compliment live on TV.
Thank you.
You guys, you're getting
Thank
3
you.
of these, and again, they're not bare root. You know, just another little mention. My mother got a bare root plant the other day that she thought was going to be a plant in a pot, and she was really disappointed. I said, "Well, Mom, it's okay. It'll grow anyway." And she said, "But I thought it was going to be actual flowers." So you guys, you're getting actual plants. You're not getting a bare root that you bury under the ground and then you don't see it for a while. And these are ready to go. And Phillip, let me ask you this. Should these go in the shade or can I put them in the sun?
These want to be in the shade.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So it's ideal if you've got an area where hosta lilies work, that's where these will work.
Okay.
These are very hardy to minus 35, 40 degrees, but they do need a winter time.
Okay.
In other words, these work down to about Jackson, Mississippi and Atlanta, not for coastal areas or desert areas, but for most parts of the country, these will do really, really well. Just fabulous, fabulous plants. Also, if you've got shade bank, like an embankment, they're great on an embankment because the roots will hold. And look at the beautiful foliage and all the beautiful, extremely fragrant blossoms. And this is in the old-fashioned days. They would use one lily of the valley as a boutonniere.
Oh, wow.
Think about it.
I know
you've seen it before in old movies.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we can have old Hollywood again.
This is very nostalgic. I love it. And again, for those of you who have shade and you're asking for shade plants that aren't just leaves, these are shade plants with flowers.
Yes.
So if you have a shady area where nothing else will grow, you have difficulty even growing grass, plant these. They will absolutely love it. And you're going to get those beautiful little upside down bell-shaped white flowers that are super, super fragrant. And again, they are perennial, for some basics. So they will come back and they will get a little bit bigger and spread out every year. And Phillip, can I put these in a pot? Or
yes, you certainly can.
Okay.
You can do them in the shallow pots as we're showing right there, and then move them to the garden later if you want to.
Okay.
But they're perfectly hardy. The trick is in pots, you have to remember to keep them watered.
Okay.
I prefer them in the ground where they really can spread and just be lovely in that regard.
So we have 600 ordered. Honey, I wanted to ask too, what are some of the other plants you've been bringing in this season that would look good with these? How would you arrange them as you were designing a garden?
Well, some things that I've had in the past, these are nice with the stilby. They're nice with hostas. They're nice with ferns. If you've got a shady area where you typically plant impatient, these will work. But also between tree roots, which is a very difficult area, these will do really, really well in shallow soil, and almost nothing will grow between tree roots. That's my favorite place to plant them, and they're happy as clams there.
You know where I had success with these, because I bought them last year, was in that pine grove I have at the end of my driveway that's super shady, and it's covered with pine straw, and nothing wants to grow in there except weeds, and these did really, really well. So think about that area of your yard, you guys, where it's difficult to grow stuff. Maybe it's around the giant tree roots in the shade, and it just looks kind of blah. This is a perfect plant to put in, and you'll get that fragrance as well. So over 900 now ordered. There's no reorder on these. We're not going to be able to bring these back. In fact, Philip rarely does a repeat in what he brings in his collection. So if you want these, get the few remaining. This is final quantities, and already so popular just off of .com, because we've never even had an on-air presentation. So we have fewer than 2,000 left for the season. And I wanted to mention before we're out of time, Philip's amazing time-release fertilizer. You do it once a season, not every 2 weeks. Once a season is all your plants will need. It's been super popular, and it is a complete fertilizer plant food. Philip, thank you so much. Are you back later today, my friend?
Yes, I'll be back on again, and well, scattered out through the entire day. I've got peonies later in the day. I've got roses.
Awesome.
Wow.
All right, great. So exciting. Thank you, honey. Love you. And here's your warranty, Philip. Tell us.